Can you stay focused for just 5 minutes? Yes. Only 5 minutes. I have a small challenge for you today. I want you to listen to this entire message. Do not look away. Do not check your phone. Just listen. And when you reach the very end, write the word "done" in the comments. I want to see how many of you can complete this simple challenge. Today we are going to talk about a very important question. How can you practice English in a smarter way? How can you get better results without working so hard? Let us think about a feeling you know very well. You sit down at your desk. You open your notebook. You watch a long video in English. You read some grammar rules. In that moment you feel good. You think, I'm learning. I'm making progress. But then tomorrow comes. You go outside. You try to speak to someone. Suddenly, your mind goes blank. The words are gone. You cannot find the right sentence. It feels heavy. It feels so unfair. You think, why do I forget everything? Every time you try, it feels like a wall. Every time you study, the words just slide away. You feel tired. You want to give up. Am I not smart enough? No, that is not the reason you are smart. The problem is your method. Many English learners do the same things every day. They write long lists of words. They repeat sentences over and over. They read books. They watch videos for hours. These things are not bad. They can help you a little bit, but they take too much time. And they do not help your brain remember. They are passive. You just sit and look. Your brain is asleep. We need to make your practice efficient. Efficient is a beautiful word. It means smart. It means using your limited time in the best way possible. It means you do not study for hours, but you still remember everything. Your brain is like a machine. If you use it the wrong way, it gets tired. If you use it the right way, it becomes very powerful. Today I want to give you something different. I do not want to give you boring rules. I want to give you real ideas, active ideas. These are simple habits you can start today. They will change how you think about English. They will make your mind work for you, not against you. Let us start with the very first change. Lesson 1. Close the text and remember. Let us look at the first simple habit. It is very easy to do, but it is very powerful. The first habit is this. Do not always look at English. Sometimes you must close the text. You must close the book. You must turn off the screen. And you must try to remember. Let us think about how you usually study. You open a book. You see a sentence. You read it. You read it again. You read it 5 times. You say to yourself, I know this. This is easy. I understand every word. It feels so clear when you read it. It feels so simple on the page. But then you close the book. A friend asks you a question. Suddenly, you cannot say it. You cannot find the words. You feel stuck. Why does this happen? It happens because looking is not knowing. Looking is easy. Your eyes see the words. Your brain does not work hard. Your brain is lazy. It thinks. The words are right there. I do not need to remember them. We need to change this. We need to make your brain work. Think of your brain like a muscle. a physical muscle in your body. If you want strong arms, you do not just look at heavy weights. You do not just watch other people lift them. You must lift them yourself. It must feel heavy. It must feel a little difficult. Your brain works the same way. If you only look at English, your memory muscle stays weak. It stays asleep. You must make it lift the weight. You must make it pull the words out. So, here is a better way to practice. It is a very simple game. First, you read one short sentence. Only one. For example, I usually have breakfast at around 8. Read it once. Now, close your eyes or close the book. If you are watching a video, do not look at the screen. Turn your head away. Now, try to say that sentence. Say it out loud. Try to pull the words from your mind. Maybe you say, I usually have breakfast at 8. That is good. That is very good. Now, open the book again. Look at the screen. Check your sentence. Did you say it correctly? Yes, great. Now close it again. Say it one more time. This is the magic. Every time you close your eyes, your brain must work. Every time you try to remember, you pull the English out. You do not just push it in. Pushing is reading. Pulling is remembering. When you pull English from your memory, you make the connection stronger. You build a bridge in your mind. The next time you want to speak, your brain knows how to find the words because you practiced finding them. You practice pulling them out. You say to yourself, I know this phrase, but do you really know it? You only know it when you can say it alone. The page is not always there. The book is not in front of your eyes when you speak. You are alone with your mind. If you only practice with the book open, you are practicing with a helper. You are riding a bicycle with extra wheels. When you take the wheels away, you fall. Closing the text is like taking the extra wheels away. It teaches you to balance. You can do this with anything. You can do this with useful phrases. You can do this with short conversations. You can do this with small paragraphs. Do not read a page of text. Do not read for 10 minutes without stopping. That is passive. That is weak practice. Instead, read one line, close the text. Remember, check, and say it again. It feels slow. It feels a bit harder. But this is how you learn. This is how you keep the words forever. You are training your memory muscle. You are making it strong. Let us make this your new habit. Every time you study, remember to close. Remember to pull. Let us move to the second habit. Lesson 2. The power of return. Do not binge study. Think about time. How much time do you spend studying English? Do you sit down for 2 hours? Do you study for 3 hours without a break? Many people think this is the only way. They think, if I study for a long time, I will learn faster. But this is a big mistake. It is a trap. Let us look at what happens to your brain. You sit down at your desk. You have a list of 10 new words. You look at them, you write them down, you stay there for 1 full hour, you repeat them again and again. By the end of the hour, you feel tired. Your head feels heavy. But you think, I did a great job today. I studied for an hour. Then you close your book. You go to sleep. You do not look at those words the next day. You do not look at them for 3 days. On the 4th day, you open your book again. You look at the list. And what happens? The words are gone. You do not remember them. You feel sad. You feel like you wasted your time. And you did. Why does this happen? It happens because your brain gets tired. Your brain cannot focus on one thing for too long. After 20 minutes, the brain starts to wander. It stops saving the information. The words just bounce off your head. They do not sink in. They do not stay. There is a much better way. It is the power of return. Return means you come back. You come back to the same thing again and again, but you do it in short steps. You do not study for 1 long hour. Instead, you study for 10 minutes. Then you stop, you go away, you live your life, then you come back later. Let us think about a plant. You have a beautiful green plant in your room. The plant needs water to live. Do you give the plant a giant bucket of water all at once? Only once a month? No. If you do that, the plant will die. The roots cannot take so much water at one time. The water will just sit there. The plant will rot. How do you water a plant? You give it a little bit of water today. You give it a little bit of water tomorrow. You give it a small cup of water every few days. The plant drinks the water slowly. It grows strong. It stays green. Your memory is exactly like that plant. You cannot dump a bucket of English on your brain. It cannot take all of it at once. It needs small cups of English. Spread out over time, this is called spaced repetition, but we can just call it returning. Imagine this new plan. In the morning, you wake up. You learn 5 simple phrases. It takes you 5 minutes, you look at them, you close the text, you try to remember them, then you stop. You make your coffee, you go to work. You do not think about English. At lunchtime, you have a break. You sit down to eat. Before you eat, you take out your phone. You do not study new words. No, you look at the 5 phrases from the morning. You try to remember them. Can you say them? Maybe you remember 3. Maybe you forget 2. That is okay. You look at the 2 you forgot, you say them once, then you close your phone, you eat your lunch. In the evening, you go home, you are making dinner. While you cook, you think, what were those 5 phrases? You try to say them out loud. You try to use them in a simple sentence. You say, I usually have breakfast at 8. You connect the words to your real life. It takes you 2 minutes. Then you eat dinner. The next morning, you do it again. Before you learn new phrases, you check the 5 phrases from yesterday. Do you see how this works? You did not study for an hour. You studied for 5 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes at lunch, 3 minutes in the evening, that is only 10 minutes in total, but you met those words 3 times. Your brain saw them in the morning, it saw them at lunch, it saw them at night. Every time you return, you send a signal to your brain. You tell your brain, this information is important. We keep using it. Do not throw it away. And your brain listens. It locks the words into your long-term memory. This is smart practice. This is how you save time. Do not ask yourself, how long did I study today? That is the wrong question. Instead, ask yourself, how many times did I come back to it? Did I see these words again? A little today, a little later, a little tomorrow. This is how you build a strong memory. This is how you become fluent, without feeling tired, without feeling bored. Lesson 3. The microfocus. Tiny listening. Let us talk about listening. Listening is one of the hardest parts of learning English. When you listen to native speakers, it feels like a wall of noise. The words run together. They sound like one giant word. You feel lost. You feel confused. You think, they speak too fast. I can never understand them. What do many learners do? They try to listen to a full movie. They watch a long podcast for 2 hours. They sit there. They hope their brain will just understand, but after 10 minutes, your mind gets tired. The English just passes by your ears. You do not hear the words. You just hear noise. This is passive listening. It does not help you grow. It just makes you feel stressed. We need a different way. We need a smaller way. We call it microfocus or tiny listening. Instead of listening to a full hour, you listen to only 1 minute. Yes, just 1 single minute, or even 30 seconds. Think of a puzzle, a big puzzle with 1,000 pieces. If you try to put it together all at once, you feel crazy. But if you look at one small piece, you find where it goes, then you find the next piece. Slowly, you build the picture. Tiny listening is like that. You take a tiny piece of English and you study it deeply. Here's how you do it. Find a short audio clip. It can be a video, it can be a podcast. Play just 1 minute of it. Only 1 minute. Now, stop the audio. Take a piece of paper and a pen. Write down what you heard. Write down every single word. If you do not know a word, leave a blank space. Now, play that 1 minute again. Listen closely. Try to fill in the blank spaces. Do this 3 times or 4 times. Then, open the script. Look at the text. Compare your paper to the real words. What did you miss? Did you miss a small word like in or on or at? Did you miss a short sound like the S at the end of a word? Or the D in a past tense word? These small sounds are very important, but when you listen fast, you do not hear them. Your brain skips them. When you do tiny listening, you force your brain to hear everything. You train your ears to catch the small details. You say, "This is too slow. I want to listen to big things." But think about this. If you cannot understand 1 minute of English, how can you understand 2 hours? If you skip the small sounds, you will never understand the real language. Slow practice is fast practice. Because it works. 10 minutes of deep, focused listening is much better than 2 hours of background noise. You are teaching your ears to hear the truth. You are finding the hidden pieces of the puzzle. Let us make this your daily game. Just 1 minute. Listen, pause, write, Check. You will be surprised by what you hear. Let us look at how all these habits work together. Let us bring all of these pieces together. We started today with the simple question: can you stay focused for 5 minutes? And look at you now. You're still here. You're still listening to my voice. You completed the challenge. You showed yourself what you can do. You showed yourself that you have the power to focus. That is the very first step. That is the foundation of everything. Now, let us look at the big picture. We talked about 3 smart habits today. 3 simple habits that will change how you learn English. They will change how you think. They will change how you practice. First, remember the memory pull. Do not just look at the words on the screen. Do not just read the same line over and over again. Looking is too easy. Looking is passive. When you just look, your brain goes to sleep. You must close the book. You must close your eyes. You must pull the words out of your own head. Every time you pull, you build a stronger bridge. Every time you pull, you make your memory muscle grow. It feels hard. It feels difficult. But that difficulty is where the magic happens. Second, remember the power of return. Do not study for hours in one sitting. Do not try to drink a whole ocean at once. Your brain will get tired. The words will just fade away. Instead, water your mind like a small plant. You do not give a plant a giant bucket of water once a month. You give it a little bit of water every day, a little bit of English in the morning, a little bit of English at lunch, a little bit of English before bed. Every time you return, you say hello to the words again. Every time you return, you make the memory permanent. You lock the language in your mind. A little today, a little tomorrow. That is how you win. Third, remember the microfocus. Do not get lost in a sea of fast English. Do not watch a 2-hour movie and feel stressed. Choose one tiny minute, just one single minute. Listen deeply. Write down every sound you hear. Find the hidden pieces of the puzzle. Train your ears to hear the real language. Slow practice is fast practice because deep practice actually works. 10 minutes of deep focus is better than 2 hours of background noise. These 3 habits are not hard. They do not ask you to study for 5 hours. In fact, they save your time. They make you a smart learner. You do not need to work harder. You just need to work smarter. You do not need to feel tired. You do not need to feel stuck. You say, I cannot do this. It feels too hard. But you can. You have the power to change your habits. You have the power to speak English clearly. It does not happen overnight, but it happens step by step. Every small step matters. Every tiny choice builds your future. You are not lazy. You are not bad at languages. You just needed the right tools. Now you have them. Now you know the secrets. So, what is your next step? Are you going to try these habits today? I want to hear from you. If you listen to the very end. If you completed our challenge, write the word done in the comments below. I will read your comments. I will see your hard work. I am so proud of you for being here. For taking action. For choosing to grow. Keep practicing. Keep returning. Keep pulling the words out of your mind. And remember, smart practice is not about doing more. It is about doing the right thing, at the right time, in the right way. Thank you for listening. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.